What's happening? It's T-Star Live Podcast, and you know what it is. Hey, man, but people gotta stop they gotta stop panicking. People are panicking way too much, man. Look, I'm riding on the freeway. You know, in Houston, we had like a rainstorm or whatever Friday, and man, it was no games, man. It was splash time on that freeway. I mean, two big jacked up Texas trucks pulled up, one on each side. I'm talking about water splashed the windshield, man. I thought I was in a car wash, couldn't see for about 5 seconds. But something told me, hey, don't panic. Don't panic. I just held the steering wheel and wait till the water dissipated and just kind of eased off on the gas a little bit until it cleared on off. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, we gotta keep our cool, man. You know, that's for example, we gotta learn how to keep our cool out here, man. You know, a lot of stuff going on. We gotta learn how to operate under pressure, man, because you know, pressure make diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Pressure make champions, and pressure pushes you to the next level. So, hey, you gotta embrace pressure and and just keep moving, keep focused. You can't panic. You know, imagine if you was driving and that happened to somebody, freaked out, smashed the gas and stuff like that. You in the middle of a freeway, a whole bunch of cars, and we're talking about 45 here, one of the largest freeways in Texas. You gotta learn how to keep it cool. You can't blow your gasket, man. You know, there's another situation, you know, I know a guy, you know, he got into some trouble. You know, I ain't no stranger from trouble either. I got into some trouble in the past. He got into some trouble. And, man, he ended up going off on, you know, on the officers and ended up picking up even more charges and went in on something small on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy. You know, I just want to use that example, man. You know, you can't panic under pressure. You can't lose your cool, you know. When people try to push you to that limit, you can't snap. Don't break. You know, you got to be flexible out here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we can even go back to biblical times. You know, Christ and his disciples, they were on the boat. Massive storm going on out there. The disciples, they on the boat just panicking. While Christ, he's sleeping well. He's sleeping so good, he ain't even bothered. And they wake him up and come out there, and you know, Christ went out there and did what he does. You know, he calmed the storm and, you know, told the guys, you know,